the gentleman I talked about training after he's had a lot of his spine fused. You can check that video from yesterday. But the other part of this that's important is training heavy. So you're putting loads on your body that are challenging. In the end, the data that it's kind of a lot of it going on around there, but we can stave off like frailty by 25 years or more uh, in our lives if we put ourselves under stressful loading situations as we're younger. So the higher the peak we can get in those younger years, because eventually, no matter how hard you work, yes, your body doesn't respond the same way to heavy training. So starting earlier and getting it increased to those maximal levels as good as you can, into your early mid 30s, then we're going to create this situation where at that tail end of your existence that you're going to reduce the chances of you becoming frail by years, up to 25 years, especially if you continue to train. And this kind of goes back to a lot of these other things I see that I harp on about people saying, that like a barbell squat is dangerous or deadlifts are dangerous, and which is all, it's all bullshit anyway. But when we put those kinds of loads on the body, they're stressful enough that they create an adaptation that increases ligament strength, tendon strength, muscle size and strength, bone density and strength. So the more of that you can put away in the younger years, the easier it is to continue to train as you age, and the longer you're going to be able to not only train but live independently and stay away from things like frailty, sarcopenia, cachexia, osteopenia, osteoporosis, all of those things. So you need to make sure that when you do start that, and it's never too late to start. Don't ever forget that either. The body will the body will adapt to stresses placed on it until you're dead, but the rate is different, and the amount of ability to increase certain things is going to be limited. But so if you are older, start now. If you're younger, start now and push it, and don't be afraid to test those high ends of your potential for strength and power development. Even if you're not in athletics or any of those kinds of things, putting yourself in situations that are physically stressful, that are going to create positive adaptations, so that way you can put off these problems later in life, is essential. And to the point of the guy yesterday who has rebuilt himself through heavy lifts after 16 level spinal fusion, you can't be afraid to push it into some of those higher levels that are tolerable even after major incidents and surgeries. Because if you're going to be off for a while because of something like that, you're going to lose a lot, and you have to fight like hell to bring it all back. So start now. If you have younger people in your life that are thinking about starting, get them going, and make sure that they're able to learn to train stressfully enough that it is helpful and is going to give them those positive adaptations they need to stave off frailty in those older ages. Because sure, sounds great for all of us to start living to 90 plus, but if we're all just sitting around in nursing homes and being kept alive by medicines or potions or whatever is out in that time, what kind of existence is that? So train hard. See you next time.